Hi, so I recently had my second child, as you can see, and because postpartum is so intense and most women forget postpartum and their brain tricks them into thinking that everything was great and your mothers don't remember a thing and etc. I thought I'd make a list of the top things that recent mothers should have around them once their baby comes. This is not a list for babies because babies are simple. They just need boobs and diapers. That's it. But the mothers, no matter what kind of birth you have, it is a major bodily event, whether it's a C-section, which is a deep surgery, a major surgery, or natural birth, which, in which you pass a human being through you. There's nothing simple or easy about either option. So you will be in pain after, you will be in discomfort, your mobility will be limited, and then with breastfeeding, it's a whole nother ball game. That's just a lot of this list will be about that. So a lot of women may also suffer birth injuries like tearing, muscle, nerve damage. Like I couldn't feel to pee with both of my experiences. By the way, I've had a C-section and natural birth, which I talk about in a comparative way in my video that I made before this. So check that out. I'll link that below. And for about a month, you will be spending a lot of time in bed and breastfeeding and in pain. So here's a list for you. You're welcome. This is all very fresh, so I thought I would do it right away. And if you follow the link below, I will have my blog post, which will have the list in written form with links to the products I mentioned. Yes, some of them are affiliate, but no, I'm not sponsored. This is literally just stuff that helps me. So if you want to do that, go ahead. Anyways, I'll start with leaking. So when you give birth, you're bleeding for about a month afterwards. You're just bleeding, like stuff is just coming out. Yes, it's not great. You're also leaking from your breasts. So the first thing to get is a mattress cover, of course. And then the second thing to get is a pair of period underwear. What is period underwear? I know it grosses a lot of people out, but it's like underwear that absorb your blood. And okay, I'm sorry, but pads are just as disgusting, if not more. The whole thing is gross. It's bleeding. It's just part of nature. It is what it is. So this isn't about being pretty and cute. This is about your comfort. Do you want to wear pads and change pads every few hours for a month to 2 months? Do you really want to do that? They're not comfortable. You can't use a tampon because you're going to be too sore. Even with a C-section, you're way too sore in there. You can't do that. So I highly, 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 highly suggest you invest in a couple pairs of reusable menstruation underwear. The brand that I like is Knix, Knix. Link is in the blog post. And they're pretty affordable. You can get 3 pairs for like $50. And I like them because it's been durable. I've had them for a while. They absorb well and they're easy to wash. So you just throw them in the washing machine. Like you can hand wash it first as well. You just throw in the washing machine. It's really easy. Also, pro tip, bring them with you to the hospital in your hospital bag because after you give birth, they make you wear like this giant diaper. It's not pleasant. So get yourself some period underwear. Okay, for breastfeeding, if you haven't been a mom yet, breastfeeding will be really intense and really painful for the first 2 weeks. And for the first month, there will be a lot of leaking and the leaking will probably continue for a while. So I break this down into a couple of options. So basically, when you're like active and doing stuff around the house, and active, you want to wear a very comfortable bra. So I suggest these guys. Got this cool camo one. You put it on, okay, and it's very stretchy, and then you just like pop your breast out and feed your baby. They're very comfortable. It's just fabric, easy to wash. Kindered Bravely nursing bra. That's what they're called. Again, the links will be in the blog post. And I wear those with like a washable little pad. And these, you need these. Nobody told me about these my first pregnancy. I just got them as a gift from someone. And I'm like, whatever, what is this? And then I had to use them all the time. And you just put them inside of your bra, and they protect your bra from getting soaked with milk. Because what happens is when your baby latches, your other boob starts to lactate, like a lot. And some women will lactate at night, and just like, if I bend over, I lactate. If I make hot tea, I lactate. If I hear my baby cry, I lactate. It's just lactating away all the time. So you basically need like pads for your boobs now. So yeah, I suggest those. Now, you can also do disposable pads, but I like these with, this is what I do, okay? If I want to give my boobs a break, so I'm like breastfeeding in bed or at night, I just wear a tight tank top like this, and then I use a one-time pad with, they have little sticky things here, and I stick them on the inside of my tank top. Like I put it on, I stick it where my boob is, and then that way all the milk catches, but you're not wearing a bra at night. Because wearing a bra while you're sleeping, especially when you're breastfeeding and your breasts are like full of milk and stuff, can cause infection and mastitis and clogged ducts. So I would not wear a bra while you sleep, especially when your boobs are full of milk. So I do that, or I just wear a shirt such as this one. So I love these shirts. They're my husband's skiing shirts. So they're made from this fabric that just like absorbs moisture really well. So I'll just put on a shirt like this and go to sleep, and then when I breastfeed at night, you know, I just pull my shirt up, she latches, my other boob starts to lactate, and I just grab like a cloth. So that's another item. You want like millions of cloths, okay? You can have the swaddle cloths, you can have the little ones. I love Burt's Bees because they don't put retardants in their fabric. Retardants are they don't catch on fire, but like if there's a fire, baby's gonna die from smoke inhalation. So get yourself some non-retardant fabric because it causes cancer, especially in little babies. Thank you. Anyways, so yeah, lots of little cloths and big cloths, and I just put the cloth over my boob. There we go. Problem solved. Another thing that a lot of women do is they get this thing called the haka, and it's like a de facto breast pump that you don't pump. You just attach it to your boob via suction, and it catches all the milk. And that way you have this milk saved, and you could freeze it for emergency or if you end up traveling somewhere. So yeah, that's also an option. Now, in my previous video, I mentioned how limited your mobility becomes, especially after C-section. And what kind of saved me was this belly bandit. Okay, it's a Velcro girdle, okay? You put it around your like stomach area, and then that way it keeps your muscles in place, and you have a little bit more mobility in your midriff. Because with a C-section, they cut everything. They cut you really deep. So it's actually really painful to sit up and move around. This really helps you do that for the first 2 months. So I suggest if you know you're getting a C-section especially, get one of these. Some other postpartum hacks are have a dimmer. This is my ad hoc dimmer for my light, so I just threw a sheet over it because at night you don't want to turn the lights on every time you're breastfeeding, obviously, and you kind of need to see what you're doing. Also, when breastfeeding, breastfeed on your back. Nobody tells you this, but it's amazing. Or at least if you're sitting up to do it, lean back, make a pillow fort, lean back, and you need elbow pillows because you will get tired because you'll be holding your baby with your elbow out. And I have these awesome thin Dota pillows. They're limited, you can never get them, but get something similar. Like, they work really well because they're not too poofy. Also, obviously have loads of water nearby because you will need to be drinking a lot of water if you're breastfeeding. have some books nearby. I'm reading Edward Doden's At Our Wit's End. It's about the intelligence decline in the West. Very interesting book. I like his YouTube channel too. He's the Jolly Heretic, yeah. Anyways, and then I'm reading Flannery O'Connor. You'll be like 50% of your time will be breastfeeding, I promise. Like the first 2 weeks, oh my god, you're breastfeeding a lot. So I just, I lean back, I breastfeed, put the book on my knees, and I just read. Lastly, and most importantly, you need a Slav grandma, okay? Because we've come a long way with delivering the babies. It's very safe now, but postpartum care really lacks. I had a little bit of it in America. I had nothing in Canada. So you really, really need to think about that before you deliver. Communities are basically non-existent, so I suggest you find one as hard as, try as hard as you can to find one or build one while you're pregnant. Something to do with your church or your neighbors. I don't know. Do your best. If you have family that lives close by, amazing. Make sure they know that they need to support you physically and emotionally postpartum. That's what I mean by Slav grandma, a community, okay? Like neighbors, church people. I had neighbors bring me food. I had church people bring me food. I had my sister fly in and stay with me. I had my mom fly in and stay with me. I had my in-laws come, friends. Everybody came and pitched in and helped, because you will be in pain. You will be bedridden. You might have postpartum depression. You need people around you to help you. Hopefully your husband can get paternity leave. Maybe he's unemployed. That works too. He'll be around. So yeah, don't go do this alone. Women, you're not supposed to do this alone. Don't believe the Instagram quotes. Okay, they're lying to you. Don't believe the preached rhetoric of powerful, independent females that can do anything by themselves. That's sad. Like, nobody wants that, and anybody who claims they did it really struggled. Trust me. You just had a baby. You need support, rest, love, and the ability to focus on your beautiful child, okay? So, hope this list helps. Don't do it by yourself. Surround yourself with the items that will help you during those first few weeks. And more importantly, as mentioned, surround yourself with the people that will help you. Take care.